When drones were first invented, they were used mostly as target practice. They were basically engines attached to wings that could not steer or change speed. Their purpose was to help anti-aircraft gunners sight in their guns and get used to moving targets. As time went on, they were used with increasing frequency in various combat roles. Initially, they were shields to protect actual fighters and bombers from ground fires. Also, they registered on radar, so the readout showed much larger numbers of attacking planes. This proved quite an effective strategy and significantly reduced pilot fatalities. However, reducing fatalities and eliminating them were very different things. The drones were useless against enemy fighters. Eventually, the drones were transformed into remote control planes. They were able to be flown and could deliver explosives. As computers became more and more advanced, the components that allowed drones to function became more complex. They eventually gained cameras and could be used for surveillance. This surveillance was very valuable to the military, and pilots were still dying in combat roles. The Predator drone, one of the most recognizable, is completely unmanned and can be operated by a pilot on the ground. It can be flown from miles away and can very accurately take down an individual or a building. The benefits of these aircraft are obvious. Assuming that the Air Force is composed of unmanned aircraft, the pilot fatalities will be instantly reduced to zero. This is a huge incentive for governments to develop drone programs. In addition to this, drones can be operated from miles away, streaming real-time audio and visual signals. These can be monitored to ensure the accuracy of the missile launch, as well as providing film to review to show the concrete sequence of events. The drawbacks of an Air Force composed totally of drones is the distance at which they must be operated. A pilot's intuition and subtle tweaks to the controls can sometimes mean the difference between a hit and a miss. When dealing with air-to-ground missiles, a miss can mean tens or hundreds of innocent civilian casualties in an urban environment. Another drawback is that drones are unable to defend themselves against enemy fighters. The cameras that transmit such precise data about buildings and combatants' locations on the ground would be virtually worthless in air combat. The air-to-surface missiles that bust bunkers with so much accuracy would be easily dodged by any fighter pilot. This lack of vision can affect the drone's abilities to dodge anti-aircraft fire due to a lack of maneuverability. In a future where the Air Force consists mostly of drones, the human fatalities in warfare will be almost non-existent. The drones will be able to competitively engage any enemy human pilots, either autonomously or under the control of a ground-based pilot. The fighters will protect bomber squadrons that will be able to launch large numbers of smaller bombs at military targets, limiting the number of civilian casualties. Alternatively, if the Air Force is composed mostly of manned aircraft, warfare will be carried out in mostly the same manner it is today. Although the aircraft will undoubtedly become much more sophisticated, men will still pilot these machines, and if anything, casualties will increase. Warfare in an air-to-air setting will become a competition to see who can hit the button to kill their opponent faster. Weapons will be overpowered to the point that armor is worthless and maneuverability is everything. Anti-aircraft weapons will advance as well, so any detection will be met with an explosion and a downed plane. Bombs will likely be much bigger, focusing on creating huge explosions rather than minimalizing collateral damage. A more likely future will have a mix of these two technologies. Humans will pilot the majority of aircraft with an advanced and very capable autopilot system, switching back and forth to control as necessary. This will increase efficiency, as well as keep costs down. Since the pilot will be able to seize control and sense the environment almost instantaneously, huge computer banks and sensors will no longer be necessary. Although all these futures are possible, they are not all likely. At the end of the day, as technology with artificial intelligence increases past the point of human capabilities, a pilot's life will become the most important resource. No amount of financial loss could possibly override the possibility of zero human casualties. Even in light of several serious objections, drones are set to become the principal component of the future Air Force.